What number is this now? 322?
321.
321.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, slow down there, cowboy. Jeez. It's like you're, off by a week or something. Terrible. Are you ready? Frosty beverage in hand? Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, nice.
I should have listened to that clue.
That would have been a clue.
That's what we call a clue. Yes. Trained observer, me. Anywho.
Yep.
Good evening.
Hopefully you don't do that for a living.
Yeah, right? That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Anyways, good evening. Welcome. This is the Lobbycast. This is your one-stop shop for news, entertainment, and witty dialogue and banter.
For things and stuff.
Well, for things and stuff and junk.
And stuff and junk.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. This is episode number 321.
True story.
Joining me this evening, I, of course, am Will, and with me, as always, are Aaron.
Hello.
And Jeffrey.
Hola.
¿Qué pasó?
Hola, we.
Sí, es muy bueno. Anyways, that's about the extent of my Spanish, other than donde es la baño. And since there are no need for baños here, we will move on steadfast, with the cracking of caffeine-free Coca-Cola, who is absolutely not sponsoring this show.
Absolutely not.
No. Nor is Glacier Rain water.
Which has a real dynamic label. I want to just point that out. That is one of the most action-packed water bottle labels I've ever seen.
It truly is. If you can see just how action-packed this label is right here, it's fantastic. It's absolutely not a sponsor, however.
Yes, correct.
Wouldn't want you to think that.
So, now that we've got our non-sponsors out of the way, news.
Do you guys have any news?
You want me to take the Destiny Thunder?
Whatever.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Destiny has officially...
It's not even on my list.
What?
I know.
Wow. Anyway, Destiny, aka Bungie, has officially released an May release date for the second expansion, which is House of Wolves. Should be hitting your Xboxes at some point in May. They haven't, I think, said specifically when, but coming up soon, probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks. There is a
trailer.
Did I buy
the season pass to that?
I don't know. I did. Do you have a Rumbler? One of the fancy flame painted ones?
Uh-huh.
Then you have a season pass.
You probably did.
Okay. Noted.
Let's see. Big news coming with this expansion pack is, unlike the previous one, they have eliminated the raid. There is no more endgame raid for.
They've chosen not to include a raid.
Well, yes. They have instead put in something called the Prison of the Elders, which, based on some of the internet scuttlebutt, is suspected to be kind of a 3-player horde mode. So wave after wave of enemy with probably the chance to add skulls for difficulty and other good stuff. Kind of, was it ODST that had that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, something maybe similar to that.
Yep.
But no raid. The trailer is up on Xbox One homepage. It looks so neat for a whole bunch of CGI stuff. Going to take place in the Reef. Should be a new social zone. And a whole bunch of the same Destiny that we've known to love. For those of you out there that are still playing it.
Since Neverwinter Nights has somewhat supplanted Destiny, I believe.
Yes, for the moment. For the moment.
Yes.
But yeah, that's big news from Bungie this week.
Cool.
What else do I got? I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, tomorrow, today being the 15th and tomorrow being the 16th.
Oh, yes. Happy Tax Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Tax Day.
Happy Tax Day.
I had forgotten that it was Tax Day because I did my taxes months ago. So.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Star Wars Celebration. And they're going to be broadcasting all of the events for the Star Wars Celebration. I believe it's taking place in Anaheim. They'll be broadcasting it live on StarWars.com. So there'll be panels and a bunch of different things going on that you'll be able to, take part in from afar.
Why is the 16th of April the big Star Wars shenanigan?
I don't know.
Shouldn't
You
it?
would
Shouldn't
think.
it not be May
would
the
think.
4th?
That's Star Wars Day, not Star Wars Celebration.
Right.
Jeez, Will.
Wouldn't you celebrate on Star Wars Day?
I don't know how that works. I don't know why they schedule things the way they schedule things.
Probably
Maybe it's too close
eke-
to Cinco de Mayo.
Perhaps. I was going to go with a bit more cynical answer, which is to probably eke as much money from the consumer base as possible. But
Whatever.
Always
Star-
a cynical route with
Star-
you.
that's
Uh,
me. Yep, that's me. The
Star
realist.
Wars Day falls between the Mayweather Pacquiao fight and Cinco de Mayo, so I don't know. There's other things going on. Star Wars Day will be more of a personal celebration this year.
I see.
Not for me.
I was
My
going to
brother.
ask.
My brother, you know,
Okay.
obviously.
Obviously, yes. I'm sure he'll be out there with his stormtrooper uniform and whatever else he has. tucked
It's
away.
kind of short for a stormtrooper.
He is kind of short for a stormtrooper.
Thank you, Will.
Yes,
Thank you, Will, for providing me with that opportunity.
I am here for you, sir.
Thank
I am
you.
here for you. Also, the opportunity to go. No, everything's fine. How are you?
Perfect. All right. Well, some other news coming out of the DC universe. The woman Michelle McLaren, I believe her name is, who is the director for the Wonder Woman standalone movie, has departed the project, citing
I see.
creative differences.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's still a long ways off. I believe it has a 2017 release date, so they're not under the gun on the project. Everything's going to go ahead. Probably won't even affect the schedule.
Okay.
But they will be shopping for a new director.
I see.
So our first exposure to Wonder Woman will be Gal Gadot when she's in Batman vs Superman.
Right.
So has a ton of people in that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like they add a new person every month.
Also, probably true.
Probably accurate. Yes.
By the time it actually releases, then it's going to be the entire Hall of Justice there.
And there will be so much content that they'll have to do 2, 3, and probably 4 just to supplant
Just
the
to
other
cover
ones.
everybody's stories.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I'm excited about that. I mean,
Yeah.
the Batman versus Superman. I think it'll be muy bueno.
Now, do you still have your misgivings about Ben Affleck?
No. I mean, there's. You think about it this way. Something I learned from listening to the Fat Man on Batman like commentary
Sure.
that they have on Batman movies.
Mhm.
They had somebody go back and do the research, and the most Batman and or Bruce Wayne have ever appeared in a Batman movie was 28 minutes out of the entire movie.
Okay.
Which
because
one
the
was
general-
that?
That's all of them. Like that was the most. Like Batman, the one with Val Kilmer. I think it was the one with Val Kilmer in it where he was on screen the most time. George Clooney was only on screen like 22 minutes out of.
It felt like so much longer.
Yeah. So I figure it this way: it's not even a Batman movie. It's a Batman movie, and then also all these other characters that are going to be involved. I don't think, and he's been fine. He's been good in the movies lately.
Really?
Fine.
Yeah.
Of
Movie
screen
parts-
time for
Yeah.
Batman in a Batman movie, 22 minutes.
Hannibal
Including-
Hannibal Lecter was on screen in Silence of the Lambs less than 15.
Yeah, but it wasn't about Hannibal Lecter. I'm talking about even if you hate the Christian Bale film. So Christian Bale, you're telling me, was not on screen for more than 28 minutes.
No, I think they were talking Christopher Ryan or Christopher
Nolan.
Nolan.
Okay. So
But even
in the
on
dark
those-
days of Batman movies,
Yeah, but
when we had bat nipples.
I don't think it's going to be that much
There
more.
were only bat nipples in one movie.
Yeah, that was Batman
And
versus
really,
Robin.
that was one way too many. Trust me.
It
I'm not
killed the
arguing
series
that.
for a
I'm
long
just
time.
saying.
It not only killed the series for a long time, it killed superhero movies for a long time.
Right, because it was abysmal.
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty bad.
I still have yet to see it from start to finish. Not that I'm going
There's
to
no
add that to
reason
my
to.
list at any point, soon.
Well, you
My God.
Well,
But I mean, all right, really, even with Michael Keaton,
yeah,
22 minutes.
yeah, it ranged between like 22 and 28 minutes.
I feel like my entire life is a lie.
we're very sorry.
that's something you're gonna have to take up with you and yours. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
It just doesn't feel
I
right.
can't offer you much hope in this.
This
in
feels like bad math.
Well, and I think another thing to consider is if you want to look up negative publicity or negative audience reaction to a Batman-related character, look up what happened. The internet exploded when they announced that Heath Ledger was going to be playing the Joker in The Dark Knight. There was such a negative backlash to that. Now,
I was on board.
I'm not going to say for a second, I'm not trying to say, I think that Ben Affleck's going to be as good as what Heath Ledger turned in The Dark Knight. But I'm not going to get into that one way or another. But there really was a lot of negative backlash. He's a pretty boy. There's no way he can carry something like this.
He can be dark and brooding.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And we all know how well that turned out. So.
As long as he doesn't have any of his Southie whenever he starts speaking, I think everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, he'll be good.
He'll be okay.
Yeah, if I hear a Bostonian Batman, I may have issues. I know Brick will be sporting wood probably the entire day, but he'll be very happy for a Bostonian Batman, and the rest of us will be going, no.
No,
You
No.
don't get a Batman that says wicked awesome.
no, you don't. You
Mm-mm.
don't.
Oh, that Joker, it's a real pisser, huh? It's not gonna happen. No. I will boycott.
Yeah, and
I may
you
be
should
alone.
at that point.
I
You
will
absolutely should.
boycott. Yes.
You're going to be okay over there?
No, I still feel like my entire life is a lie. I'm having a hard time accepting 22 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I
We're
don't
very
have anything
sorry.
else in the news to help you feel better.
Well,
Nothing worse.
Oh,
but-
okay, well, as
but
long as
nothing
that's
better.
the case, I guess we can move on.
yeah.
I'll be all right.
Better Call Saul, which just wrapped up recently, its first season, has become the #1 new cable show.
Yeah, well,
They have
good.
averaged 5.9 million viewers, which
Sweet.
is pretty considerable for cable.
Yeah.
So not too shabby. That doesn't come close to the numbers that its sister show, Walking Dead, pulled in, but
Sounds pretty respectable. So
Yeah.
good for them.
yeah, it still makes them #1 in the new shows. So that's awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Amazon Prime stations. Are you Amazon Prime members?
I am.
Yes. Well, Prime Stations is their music streaming service.
Okay.
And it is free for Prime members.
Okay.
And it's unlimited skips, and they do recommendations. And they just released the Android app, so you should install it in your phone.
Cool.
Yes, we should.
Cat is going nuts.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah. We'll just keep on plowing ahead.
She sounds like a 40-pound dog up there right now.
It's a special skill.
Apparently yelling at us.
Has
Was
lost some
down
of its
here.
appeal for her.
Now she's decided to make it thunder.
She'll be down to us here in a minute.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and here she
And
comes.
there she
Hey,
is.
look at that. Good timing.
And a little bit of, and we were talking about some indie games off mic. Ori and the Blind Forest,
Yes.
a recently released Xbox One
Arcade
indie game,
Yep.
became profitable after its first week.
Wow.
Wow, good for them.
Sold like crazy, apparently. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
No,
I haven't played it yet.
looks interesting.
I don't even think we own it.
No.
But yeah, it looks good.
Well, there you go.
Um,
So apparently, it's it's either really good or just sells really well. But one of those things, you know.
Yeah, whatever works. More power to them.
Hopefully it's
Yeah.
both.
Hopefully it is both. I think that's about it for news. Unless you guys have something. Did you think of anything else?
I have something extremely minor,
Uh-oh.
but nonetheless excited me. For those of you in this, a little behind the times, I think this came out a few weeks ago, but it is an app that you can get on your Android or your iPhone, because my brother has an iPhone and he is the one that brought my attention to this.
Yeah.
For those of you who remember a little 8-bit Atari game from back in the day called Montezuma's Revenge,
I do.
you can get it now.
Wow.
How about that?
So I was really thrilled to hear that. My brother's been sending me screen captures all week. We're very happy. Happy Atari nerds.
Good for you. I support you in this.
Why, thank you, sir.
You guys ready to start the
I'm
weekly
really sorry
watches?
you're still upset about
No,
it.
I'm good. I moved on. I'm actually trying to remember if Montezuma's Revenge is the one that played in the Hall of the Mountain King in the background.
I think so.
It is, no, I believe it is. Yes.
It kind of had the central pyramid and caverns and ladders. And
It was
And skulls would
it
come
was the
rolling
basic-
after you. And
black cartridge, and it was one of the ones with silver labels, I believe.
wow,
Like
that's
silver with red lettering on the back, and then silver with a
Yeah.
red themed artwork on the front of it.
unless you were playing it on an Apple IIe like we were, then it was black and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would
Fancy.
do such a thing?
Yeah.
Kids whose parents wouldn't buy them an Atari. is
Who,
who would do
who the
that.
hell believed in apples back in the day?
Oh, they did exist.
So
I saw
sad.
one in our
Oh, I
basement.
know. I'm just thinking, as far as missed stock opportunities, that would have been one of them.
Oh yeah, look at it. There it
Yeah,
is.
we go.
Silver and red. I don't know why I remembered
Yeah,
that.
looks. Yeah, I'm impressed actually.
That's fantastic recall,
I mean,
actually.
Granted, I don't remember what I had for breakfast 2 days ago, but
Yeah.
So, which makes it a good thing you're not a trained observer for
right,
a living,
Because
Right.
that would
because that would be
Whew.
silly. Wow,
that would be
that would
awkward
be awkward.
and difficult. So, shall we move on from the news? And
Yeah, let's get into the weekly watches. I
Let's
think
do
that's a swell idea.
Excellent.
Aaron, start us off. Get us going off on the right foot here. What you been listening to?
What have I been listening to? Well, I did wrap up. For those of you that tuned in last week, I mentioned I was listening to Neil Gaiman.
That's just for you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Because there are two things
Good radio right there.
that can come up if you search for Montezuma's
Montezuma.
Revenge on the
What?
internet.
All we'll say is that the other one is not a video game,
Right.
and we will move on.
And moving on.
Moving on. Neil Gaiman audiobooks.
Yes.
From last week.
Yes.
Sweet.
Graveyard Book.
Yes.
Finished up.
Awesome.
Nice.
Fantastic. I also listened to, a little old school, listened to some of the Monkees. I listened to some Scissor Sisters. And I caught a couple of older episodes of a podcast that was recommended to me by my friend Eric Schnitger called The Last Podcast on the Left.
Okay.
Which tends to talk about true crime and reality TV, things of that nature.
Sweet.
Reality TV, which by some could be considered a crime, but in a
Right.
different way.
Right.
But it was interesting, and they seem to know their stuff. So that's probably something I'll be tuning into a little bit more often.
Right on.
Sweet.
And who's next?
I guess that's me. No podcast for me, no audiobooks for me, but I did get some good music down. Mostly heavy on the rotation this past week has been Rammstein. It's continue with my Northern European tour from last week. So some more Rammstein. Got back into some Silver Sun pickups, went through all 3 of their albums.
Yes.
Was listening to the Scott Pilgrim versus the World soundtrack today, specifically Metric and Sex Bomb.
Okay.
Some more Metric on top of that, plus some Emily Haynes, the lead singer of Metric. It's been a Metric heavy week, but definitely heavy on the Silver Sun pickups because they're fantastic.
Bueno.
Excellent.
Yes. Jeffrey?
This week, I listened to some more The Antword, and I listened to some Shuffle All, and I started listening to episode 10 of the Better Call Saul Insider podcast.
Oh, they finally got it up.
Yeah.
Got it posted.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So I was hoping for it closer to the actual finale, and I just hadn't checked. I'm like, well, I haven't checked this week, so I checked today, and it did update. So
And lo and behold,
lo and behold,
Hmm.
there 'twas.
Hutcha podcast.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm with you.
It's good. It's nice listening to behind the scenes stuff on the show, and actors' processes and what was going on in the writers' room, and how the editor is cutting the show and all that kind of stuff. It is pretty neat.
Cool.
Yep.
Excellent.
Let's move on to the what you watchins, Miss Erin. What you watching?
Well, this and some of this will definitely overlap with the gentleman here on my right.
Yes.
We were getting towards the end of the season for Face Off.
That's the makeup
The
show.
makeup show,
Not
Not-
the Nick Cage.
not the Nick Cage, John Travolta movie.
Oh, okay.
Just in case anybody was
No.
curious.
Thanks for clearing that up. Appreciate
Again,
Not,
for the 20th time this week.
I don't know why I all of a have this urge to slap Brick, and he's not even here.
It's okay. I think you should embrace that urge. And I think you should hold on to that urge. And I think you should nurture that urge. And Sunday, you can just make yourself redolent in that urge and just let it go. And we'll all sit back and laugh and enjoy.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be awesome. It'll be fantastic.
Okay, all
And
right.
he won't even know why.
It's true.
That is true.
Best part about the whole thing. So, Face Off.
Yes.
They are actually probably
Down
what we're
to the
doing.
finale.
Yep, down to the finale. We will know who wins. Some people who are more on top of things already know who won. However, it's
It's
still
true.
sitting in our.
We typically run a
Yeah.
day behind,
We do. So,
or seasons behind, or months behind.
or years behind, but in this
Forever
case, we're
behind.
fairly up to date because we're only about a day behind.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Which for us is fantastic. Let's be honest.
Fantastic.
A little more mysteries at the museum.
Cool.
Outrageous acts of science. Gotta love
Ooh.
that. Always good to see the citizens of the world engaging in scientific research in their own backyards, usually involving explodey things.
Hooray.
Yay, exploding things.
10 Things You Don't Know About with Mr. Henry Rollins. Always good
Oh,
to see
nice.
Mr. Rollins.
Pretty fantastic show.
It really is. I liked it. I've mentioned this before. I'll say it again. I really liked the original half-hour version, but the hour-long versions with Henry Rollins really took that show to the next level. It was a good move for them to bring him on board. So I also, I watched a documentary called That Gal That Was in That Thing, the sister documentary, so to speak, to That Guy That Was in That Thing,
Right.
about the challenges of being a working actor in Hollywood. And I thought they were long overdue for That Gal That Was in That Thing, because not to crap on all the crap that men go through in Hollywood, but I've always kind of suspected that women have it a little harder in Hollywood, and that documentary did kind of back up that opinion.
Sure.
And last night I watched Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of
Ooh,
Belief.
that's on my list of things to watch.
Absolutely watch that. It will confirm every dark thought you've ever had about Scientology and give you a few more.
It's interesting because I always thought their philosophy was sound.
You said that with a straight face. I'm really impressed.
I want you to know how much effort that took.
Wow.
And it's still taking, because really I just kind of want to double over and collapse right now. But
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a little eye-opening as to the level of nastiness that church has engaged in and has frankly kind of been allowed to engage in.
Yeah.
So if any of you out there have the means to watch it, I suggest doing so.
I think the guy behind that documentary is also behind like some kind of movement to revoke their their tax exempt
their tax
status.
exempt status as a church, and they go over why that happened. And
Because it's very much a for-profit operation.
oh yeah, well, and that's one of the things one of the statistics that I'd heard before, but they confirmed in this documentary was they have worldwide they have 50,000 active members. And
Is that all?
That's it. And their assets that they know about are above $3 billion.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't have the words for that.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll maybe get the ball rolling on something happening with that, because if there's anybody that shouldn't have tax exempt status as a church, it's them.
Right. Maybe an education status because they are selling classes.
Yeah. That I suppose that could that could be it. I have a relative that was and remains in the Church of Scientology, and it's strange stuff. So
Yeah. Wow.
Anytime in my mind that you're going to effect physical healing within the corporeal body via pop cans,
Soda cans are awesome. I've got one right here.
you do, and
That's
it is
true.
fantastic.
it is fantastic, tasty, and delicious.
And that's
It's
about
not gonna
the
cure
extent.
cancer.
not going to cure cancer.
Not going to cure cancer.
Not going to
Noted.
knock out a case of the flu.
I don't care how hard you try to shove it through your sternum. It's not going to
Wow.
work
Why your sternum, cousin?
because it hurts more.
I set him up, you knock him down.
And that's what
There you go.
Mr. Jeff, what have you been watching?
But Will.
I watched an episode of Face Off.
I'm sorry.
Jeff, how
And
about you?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So
I have
sorry.
not had time to watch Diddley Poop.
Okay. What?
I'm sorry, Diddley Poop was funny.
Is that on Cartoon Network?
It might be.
Fair enough. Okay.
We've completely lost Aaron.
Bye, Aaron.
I didn't realize Diddley Poop was going to be the trigger word tonight.
It is.
It
It
is
is.
apparently.
Yeah. So I watched an episode of Elementary.
Yes,
I watched. The cat is yelling at us again.
I know.
She's yelling at you.
Well, she wasn't looking at me. Anyway, I've watched I watched a couple of episodes of Justified, and that took me up to the series finale, but not including the series finale.
Gotcha.
I may try and watch that later tonight, maybe tomorrow at some point.
Bueno.
Are you excited or sad?
I actually really like that show, so be excited if some of my jerk friends would start watching it.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are strong words. Almost as strong as Diddley Poop.
What?
Yeah.
Excited?
Calm down there.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, there
Whoa.
are more important things for you guys to watch
Right.
than Justified.
Breaking
Although
Bad.
I think you'd really enjoy it.
Oh, I enjoyed the first half of the first season that I managed to get done.
Perfect.
It was really good.
I
So the
also-
elephant's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, his. I watched the season finale of 12 Monkeys.
Okay.
That's good.
Good.
Continuing to enjoy that. I watched an episode of American Dad. And
Okay.
then
And
And then no,
Thank
and
you.
then.
I watched all of season 1 of Daredevil.
Wow.
All 10 episodes.
Like in one day.
Or 13 episodes. I don't know.
Tell me it was one day.
No, it wasn't one day.
Tell me you were
I don't-
just
I
sitting
really-
on your couch in your pasty tidy whities mainlining Daredevil.
There is not a day that exists in my life that I have time to binge watch an entire season of television.
Yeah, fair enough.
It doesn't exist in my world.
Yeah, I
So-
understand that completely. I'm on day 9 of 14.
Nice.
I sympathize.
Yeah, I've been there for sure. But it's not only better than I thought it was going to be, and I was already anticipating that it was going to be pretty good. It's really good.
Cool.
Excellent.
Um, it doesn't have the cheesy one-liners that even the Marvel movies have.
Right.
It's a little bit more serious. Not as much comedy. There's some lightheartedness, but there's not as much comedy
Okay.
involved in it, and it's pretty violent.
Good.
The fight choreography is fantastic.
Good.
And Vincent D'Onofrio does a great job as Kingpin.
No kidding. I didn't realize he was in there.
You might have just sold both of us because he's one of
Yeah.
our favorite actors.
Yeah, that's
He's
Fantastic.
awesome.
They
Even made
they
the
do
sound
a
awesome.
really good job of making this first season just as much a Kingpin origin story as Daredevil origin story.
Nice.
And it's really great because they he's ruthless, but he's the hero of his own story.
Okay.
Kingpin is, and through a series of events you kind of see him turning from being like emotional. I'm not really emotional, but vulnerable.
Okay.
To you can see him hardening into the character that we know that he becomes.
Okay.
And everything that goes on with him, and it's really good.
Cool.
And it doesn't hurt that. Did you guys watch any True Blood?
A little bit, hardly any.
Okay, so you watched early on.
Mhm.
Okay, so Jessica from True Blood's on there, and then let's see here. There's a couple other people. I mean, you'll recognize actors in the thing, and the guy who plays Daredevil is one of the actors that was in not Atlanta, what is that called? Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so they've got some good actors.
Chops.
Yeah,
Some acting cred.
for realsies.
Nice.
So it's quite good, and like even if somebody didn't ever think about watching a comic book movie, it's a good show.
Cool.
And that it plays more like a 13-hour long movie.
Wow.
Because it's not it's one continuous story and not broken into
Episodic.
Whatever of the week.
Episodic overviews of
Yeah.
a day in the life of.
Yeah, it's not a procedural.
Okay.
So it's it's quite good. So if you guys have some time, it's definitely worth the hours you'll put into it.
Cool.
Good to know.
Yep. And that's all I've been watching this week.
Bueno.
I think.
Maybe.
I feel like I had watched a movie this week, but then I can't think of what it would be. So
Maybe you only watched 28 minutes of a movie, and that's part of the issue.
What if you did? It wasn't that good.
Right. Yeah, it's not even worth mentioning if even if I did come up with a name.
Mm.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the what you playing, Aaron. What you got?
Not a whole lot. I did play a little bit more Max: The Curse of Brotherhood.
Sweet.
I did play a little bit more Rayman Legends.
Sweet.
How's that going?
It's still really fun. Will and I have talked about how they have occasional, with each new area that you can go into, there's a musical level where they have lined up all of the action that you get into to a song.
That was pretty awesome. The one I saw, I watched role play for sure.
Yeah, and so I don't know how much work goes into something like that, but it looks and sounds and plays fantastic in a fantastic way. So good for them for being able to do that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a fantastic Ubisoft title where people's faces don't disappear. So you're doing good.
Yeah, see,
Nice.
They did good work.
that alone is worth the price of admission.
It was actually finished.
Yes.
Referencing Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't opened my copy of it. It's in the
I
plastic.
don't know why you would. at this point. I would just sell it back.
It's more than likely fixed.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
I mean, all right, to be fair, they're still working on Halo the Master Chief Collection, but
That is true, and I wish I hadn't opened to that.
it's only been 6 months.
Oh,
Oh. And everybody just got very sad.
Oh,
Oh,
I made myself sad.
that's terrible.
terrible.
Anything else?
No, well, that's not true. Actually,
Okay,
I
great.
did fire up a little bit of the old school Psychonauts.
Oh, look at
Oh.
you.
A fantastic Double Fine.
Yeah. Oh, one of the best. One of Tim Schafer's best games.
Yeah, it's wonderful. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor and find a copy, download it.
It's available on Steam
Yeah,
because we have it on Steam. A fantastic game. One of Tim Schafer Double Fine Studios' best works
best releases.
before Tim Schafer went crazy. So
Sometimes people go crazy.
Sometimes the more brilliant people do that more readily.
yeah,
More
Yep.
intelligent you are, the looser your grasp on reality.
correct.
Is my theory.
There's that. And ironically, the theme of Psychonauts is it's a platformer exploring the mind. Ironically, so
True.
it's a very fun game, and it's been fun revisiting that one. So,
Very good.
Willem,
The only game I have played since last we spoke
Da-da-da.
was Neverwinter. Good
Tell us
hours,
about-
hours and hours and hours of Neverwinter.
Tell us about Neverwinter.
Neverwinter is free to play. It's out on the Xbox One. It is out on the PC. I do not
Free to play and free to
know.
download.
Correct. Free to play, free to download.
It is cost free.
It is freemium.
Right.
However,
You can pay extra,
you can pay extra for stuff,
or you can pay zero.
or you can pay zero.
Yeah.
Several of our friends have opted for the pay zero plan. Several of us have opted for the pay 10 plan, and a couple of us have even gotten a little carried away and gone up to the pay 40 plan.
Who would that be?
Ooh.
That'd be me. I went full. I have not yet paid for a full game though, as terms of Xbox games.
What did you pay extra for?
I bought some keys for the tyrannical lock boxes.
I
bought
refuse.
some character
Okay, go ahead.
slots.
Character slots, I agree with.
I bought the heirloom package, which is an account-wide unlock that got me one more character slot, and basically blue leveled gear 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 levels for each character, plus another bag of holding.
Cool.
he has a lot of characters.
I have stuff.
You have stuff and things
Mhm.
and junk.
But my philosophy at this point is I'm $40 invested to them for making such a great game, because I really was quite happy with it at the free level.
Yeah.
And I felt like rewarding them for putting together a great free. So
I think
paid
that's
them some
swell.
cash.
It's very nice.
Indeed. Well, and I mean, there's no advertisement, so it's one of those things where how are they making money other than through the freemium model, which has to be pretty successful for them based on how many times I see little pop-up messages explaining that somebody has earned something from one of those stupid tyrannical chests, which
Right.
costs about $1.50 a key. So
Good for them.
yeah, they got to be doing well. And
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
power to
no,
them.
there is not.
But yeah, it's a great game. You start off with 2 character slots. You can obviously buy more for $8. 2 more for $8, I think it is.
Yeah.
Um,
That is accurate.
it's good. Takes you from 0 to 60. It's a great MMO. A little rough, graphically speaking, but for what you get, I don't expect Elder Scrolls Online quality per
Right.
se for a free game.
Right.
And it's fun.
Well,
It
it's,
really
it's
is fun.
I haven't played it. I've just been watching him, but I was surprised at how good the quality was. It looks, especially for what you're paying for, which is nothing if you opt to. It looks fantastic.
Right. Yeah, I think that's. I think it's a great model, especially for that type of game.
Sure. But yeah, that's about it for me. It's about all I've been able to sink into it.
Cool.
So I'm up to four characters, level 12 and above. So
With room for one more.
with room for one more.
I think that's awesome.
This way I will have a fully functioning assortment of characters to pick from, depending on which of my clown friends choose to play what at what time.
Clown friends or clone friends?
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
As a side note of somebody else that just watches this, also watching these guys try to get a guild together, just pop some popcorn and come on over. It's kind of
It was
Fantastic.
ludicrously ridiculous how
Yeah.
long that took.
It took.
First of all, trying to get 5 of us online on any game
At any given point.
any given point, a feat worthy of sainthood itself.
true.
Because I'm pretty sure that encompasses 3 major and 3 minor miracles, plus giving some good money back to the church. So
Right.
the simple fact that we managed to do that after only 2 attempts really is something to be lauded and commended. And,
Very true.
And I think that
Yeah.
we need more credit in that regard.
We actually got everybody together the first time. Just we did not qualify level wise.
I was about to point out that the first time you did get everybody together as well.
Mhm.
Just as you said, didn't
Yeah.
qualify.
Correct.
Didn't work out.
Laughably so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meh.
So, Jeffrey, wrap it up for us. What you been playing?
Well, I also played some Neverwinter, and I was
Correct.
quite happy to have been able to put the guild together. I don't know if that gets us anything other than our name up in lights, but
I think that's
whatever.
it.
And a pat on the back.
And the chance to rename your guild levels with humorous anecdotes involving Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Managed to play a couple of games of Trivia Crack. So that
Good.
was about it. And I played a lot of games at work. We were test driving all the things that gets done weekly just to make sure that the playability level is where it needs to be.
Good.
And everything's all sharp and pretty. And
Did you get some Time Crisis in?
no, I didn't get to that.
Still one of my all-time
The-
favorite arcade games.
I think 5 comes out in our Summer of Arcade month in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Fancy.
Well,
Yeah.
we know where we'll be in 2 or 3 weeks.
Indeed.
Wednesday is the day to come down.
Good.
Because it's half price games day.
Ooh, good to know.
Yeah. Like it still charges you the same to put points on your card.
Mhm. You just
But
get
then-
double the points.
The machines themselves are marked down half
Oh,
price.
okay.
So
that makes sense.
yeah.
Gotcha.
so
We would have to find our card.
He gave us one.
Yes, but we have a gold account somewhere.
I know where it is.
and you can
Oh.
actually even merge those two if you like.
Well, look at her. Look at the
So
big brain
fancy.
on her.
I know.
Really, it's why I keep her, because
Well, obviously.
I'm not sure why she keeps me, but
I mean,
Love you.
love you. We do have a sad.
what else are
sad
two gingers
announcement.
going to do?
I know, right? We do have a sad announcement. This past week, we had to retire our toaster. You look confused. Allow me to explain. Our toaster was a wedding gift.
Oh, wow.
Ah. 13 years we had that toaster.
How? Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But
So-
unfortunately, it has gone to the great appliance repository in the sky.
True.
Do you know what I want? And I'm sure it exists, but if not, I think you should find somebody to build it for us. Is a little device that will let you put down into a toaster a little taco shaped thing that you can put like tortillas, the little corn tortillas or small flour tortillas.
To make your
Just-
own taco shells.
And no, but I don't want them fried. I want them toasted.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Surely somebody can figure that out.
Right.
I don't
Surely
think it's,
there
I don't
is
think
a
it's anybody in
device.
this room.
Right. We could probably get the hippie on it, though.
I was going to say, but we do know a hippie.
We do know a hippie, and he could probably make such a thing.
I mean,
to where,
granted, it would
you
be
know,
like out of patchouli and
It needs to be
hemp
an
and-
angled thing, but
Right.
not angled so much as to not fit in the toaster
Sure,
slot.
sure. Right.
But of course, it would have to be a newer toaster that has the wide slots.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. That thing.
Nothing.
Oh, and the
Plenty. I'm just
no,
opting
you're-
not to say it.
You're
Right.
you're restricting yourself on that.
I don't want to get fired.
your restraint is amazing,
Thank you for acknowledging that.
especially since you were one of the first people to ever break profanity on the show.
I would love to
And this is
apologize
back
for
in the-
that, but
That
I'm
was
not-
either in the single digits or low teens.
yeah, that was
It happened.
early on.
Yeah. Yeah. But the highlight of my test drive at work today was Star Wars Battle Pod,
Nice.
which is a Star Wars simulator type game, but the screen is rounded
Okay.
and it actually comes up really close, like all the way over into your peripheral. And it's pretty awesome. And it's very loud.
I'll have to check that out.
And you shoot stuff and it's great.
Shooting stuff
Nice.
is awesome.
I played it once during test drive today.
Cool.
After work, I played it 2 more times,
Nice.
and I could have stayed longer.
Hey, that sounds like time well spent.
It was time well spent. So anyway, that's it for me. We wrapping it up.
I think
Is
that's
that
We
it.
are
Is
wrapping
that
it up.
about the end of a show?
That's a shoe.
All right. Well, episode 321 in the books.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching and listening.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, I'll get everything worked out with the new theme song,
New
or
music.
at least,
Yay.
at
Woohoo!
least temporary theme song, as long as I can take it. And I'll get those backlogged episodes up on iTunes
Cool.
and Spreaker, which is
And-
where they need to be. Those are the ones with
and-
better quality audio,
Yes.
Yes.
and those are the ones that are a little easier to take with you. I mean, you can watch YouTube anywhere, but then you feel obligated to watch, and it's really just not exciting to watch.
Correct.
It's
No.
better to listen to. Like when you're
we have
doing
better
stuff,
radio
other
voices
stuff.
than TV faces.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
2/3 of us, at least.
All right,
She does make up for a great deal of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, most of us suck, and then there's Aaron.
Aw, shucks.
Oh shucks. All right, well let's wrap it up. When you guys are done watching this, of course, like and share us on Facebook.
send us
And-
feedback.
Send us feedback.
Yay, feedback.
I
Okay.
dig it.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
That is it.
Okay, love you. Bye.
And out.